Christine, David, I'm serious. He's done. David wants the show to end. But TLC is literally forcing me to keep this Kody hate alive for the cameras. It's exhausting. It was the whisper heard round the world. A private moment, a loose wire, and a confession that threatens to dismantle a 14-year reality TV empire. For a decade, we watched the collapse of a plural family. We felt Christine's pain, cheered for her liberation, and vilified Kody Brown. But what if the villain was a production requirement? And what if the police sirens heard at the Robyn Brown mansion last night are the final sirens for the show itself? Today, we go behind the curtain of the Sister Wives hot mic scandal. Was Christine's freedom a fraud? Stay tuned. Later in this episode, we break down the leaked police report from Flagstaff and why neighbors claim Kody was seen in handcuffs. It started as a routine, get ready with me, GRWM livestream. Christine Brown, the woman who became the face of divorce empowerment, was chatting about skincare. The leak. According to viewers who caught the stream before it was scrubbed, Christine stepped away from the camera to talk to her husband, David Woolley. She thought the audio was muted. She was wrong. The revelation wasn't just about her feelings, it was about David's ultimatum. David wants the show to end. Since joining the family, David Woolley has been the silent observer. But sources close to the production suggest David is tired of his wife being tethered to a man she left years ago. If David wants out, the show is dead. He's the anchor Christine needed, but he's not a reality TV puppet. But the real bombshell, the forced hate narrative. If TLC is scripting the animosity between Christine and Kody, does that mean the peace they've found off-camera is more real than the war we see on screen? While the hot mic was trending, a different kind of storm was brewing at Robyn Brown's home, the infamous Shira Chateau. The emergency call. Reports began surfacing on social media of local law enforcement vehicles stationed at the driveway. Fans immediately jumped to conclusions. Was it a domestic dispute? A financial seizure? The legal context. Historically, the Browns are no strangers to legal pressure. From their initial flight from Utah in 2011 to escape bigamy prosecution, State of Utah vs. Brown, to the recent reports of mounting tax liens on the Flagstaff property. However, the truth is often more nuanced than the thumbnail. While the image of Kody in handcuffs has circulated wildly, we investigate whether this was a formal arrest or a high-stakes welfare check following the family's recent public turmoil. Coming up, we analyze Kody's recent legal filings. Is he suing TLC for a bad edit to save his reputation? To understand why Christine would say she is forced to hate Kody, we have to look at the mechanics of reality TV contracts. Documentary research and depth. Industry experts suggest that Sister Wives stars are under multi-year participant agreements. These contracts often include storyline cooperation, a requirement to engage in conflict-driven dialogue, non-disparagement against production. They cannot admit the show is staged. The hero-villain edit. Production decides the narrative arc. Think back to Season 1. Kody was the quirky, loving father. By Season 18, he was portrayed as a brooding, angry patriarch. Is it possible Kody leaned into the villain role for the paycheck? And is Christine now trapped in a hero role she no longer wants to play. Remember the knife in the kidneys speech. At the time, it felt like raw emotion. Now, through the lens of the hot mic, fans are asking, was that a scripted beat? David Woolley is not Kody Brown. He is a private business owner with his own wealth. He doesn't need the TLC paycheck. The power shift. When Christine married David, she gained financial independence from the show. This makes her dangerous to TLC. If she leaves, the spin-off dies. Insiders suggest David is disgusted by the way production keeps Kody relevant in Christine's life. The hot mic moment proves that behind closed doors, the sister wives era is over for the Woolleys. They are ready to move on, but the cameras won't let go. YouTube comment analysis. David is the hero we didn't know we needed. He's calling out the fakery. What happens when the audience stops believing? The sister wives brand relies on reality. If the hot mic confirms that the hate is manufactured, the trust is broken. The Robyn and Kody factor. If the police presence at their home is related to the family's mounting stress, the show may be becoming a liability for their mental health. The financial fallout. With ratings potentially dropping due to fakery claims, TLC might be looking at a series finale. We are witnessing the slow-motion collapse of a television dynasty. The mansions, the jewelry, and the fame were built on a foundation of plural marriage. With that foundation gone, all that's left are the contracts. Christine Brown's hot mic moment wasn't just a slip of the tongue. It was a cry for help from a woman who has outgrown her own story. Whether Kody was truly in handcuffs, or simply caught in the handcuffs of a failing reputation, one thing is clear: the cameras are losing their power. The truth isn't found in the edited episodes on Sunday nights. The truth is found in the whispers when they think the mics are off. Is it time for TLC to cancel Sister Wives and let these people heal in private? Or are we, the viewers, just as guilty for demanding the drama continue? Let's deep dive in full details. There are moments in reality television when the illusion cracks. Not gradually, but all at once. A microphone left on. A sentence not meant for the audience. And suddenly, the story everyone believed begins to unravel. This is the story of a hot mic moment, and the ripple effects that followed. For over a decade, Sister Wives has presented itself as a rare window into modern polygamy. The Brown family, led by Kody Brown, built their public identity on the idea of unity within a plural marriage. Christine, Janelle, Meri, and later Robyn, each representing different dynamics within that structure. But as seasons progressed, the tone shifted. What began as a family navigating unconventional love slowly became a portrait of fragmentation. By the time Christine Brown announced her separation in 2021, fans had already witnessed years of visible strain. In her own words during that period, Christine said, "I can't do marriage with Kody anymore. I don't want to be married to him." That statement was clear, direct, final, or at least, it seemed that way. Reality television relies on a delicate balance between authenticity and production. And longtime viewers began noticing inconsistencies. Scenes that felt overly staged. Conversations that seemed rehearsed. Particularly in later seasons, where emotional confrontations often appeared carefully framed rather than spontaneous. Online communities started asking questions. Was everything we were seeing real? Or was part of the narrative being shaped behind the scenes? It happened during something routine. A "get ready with me" style live session, casual, unscripted, and seemingly low stakes. Christine, relaxed and speaking directly to viewers, appeared unaware that her microphone was still active during a private exchange. And then, the moment. A sentence reportedly picked up by viewers. That production was forcing her to maintain a certain narrative. And that someone named David, widely interpreted by fans as her now husband David Woolley, wanted the show to end. Now, it's important to pause here. As of now, no official transcript has been verified by the network. And neither Christine nor TLC has released a formal statement confirming those exact words. But the perception spread instantly. And in reality television, perception can be just as powerful as fact. Within hours, social media platforms lit up. Reddit threads dissected every second of the clip. YouTube commentary channels began uploading breakdowns. Facebook groups debated context, intent, and authenticity. Some viewers believed the moment confirmed long-held suspicions. That certain conflicts, especially Christine's apparent hostility toward Kody in later seasons, may have been amplified for storytelling purposes. Others pushed back, arguing that even if production influenced framing, the underlying emotions were still real. One Reddit user wrote, "Reality TV isn't fake. It's edited reality. That's the difference." Another commented, "If she said that, it changes everything we thought we knew about her exit." To understand the significance of this moment, it helps to examine how reality television actually works. Participants typically sign extensive contracts. These agreements often include clauses related to storyline participation, confidentiality, non-disparagement of the network, editorial control granted to producers. While cast members are not usually given scripts, producers can guide conversations, suggest topics, and reshoot scenes. This has been documented across multiple reality franchises. In legal disputes involving reality TV, such as cases tied to shows like The Bachelor or Real Housewives, courts have generally upheld the right of producers to shape narratives through editing. However, there is a critical distinction. Shaping a narrative is not the same as fabricating one. And that line is often where controversy lives. Christine has long been positioned as one of the more emotionally transparent members of the Brown family. Her journey, from struggling within the marriage to ultimately leaving, resonated deeply with viewers. It became, for many, the emotional core of the series. If the hot mic moment is interpreted at face value, it introduces a new layer. That some of her on-screen hostility toward Kody may have been performative, or at least strategically emphasized. But that raises an uncomfortable question. If parts of that narrative were influenced, what about the rest? Christine's relationship with David Woolley marked a new chapter. One defined by independence, stability, and a clear break from her past. David has largely stayed outside the drama of the show, which makes his alleged mention in the hot mic moment particularly striking. If he did express a desire for the show to end, it would align with a broader pattern seen in reality television. Partners outside the original premise often resist continued exposure. Not because of secrecy, but because of control. Around the same time, a separate narrative began circulating online. Images of police vehicles outside what was rumored to be Robyn Brown's residence. Thumbnails showing Kody in a stylized, handcuffed pose. Dramatic captions. Police at the mansion. As of now, there are no verified reports confirming any criminal incident involving Kody or Robyn. No official police statements. No public records indicating an arrest or investigation tied to the Brown family in this context. This appears to be a case of speculative content amplified through visual storytelling. A reminder of how quickly misinformation can spread when combined with emotionally charged narratives. Kody Brown has consistently defended his actions in recent seasons, particularly during the breakdown of his marriages. In one episode, he stated, "I feel like I've been betrayed." He has also expressed frustration with how events were portrayed, suggesting that his perspective was not always fully represented. If the hot mic moment suggests production influence on Christine's portrayal, it may indirectly validate some of Kody's long-standing complaints. Though again, without official confirmation, this remains interpretation. Robyn Brown has often been viewed as a polarizing figure within the series. Some fans see her as a stabilizing presence. Others believe she played a role in the family's fragmentation. She has repeatedly stated that she wanted the family to stay together. "I always wanted plural marriage. I didn't want this to happen." The emergence of rumors involving her home and police activity adds another layer of scrutiny. Even without verified evidence, the association alone can impact public perception. Looking back, several past moments take on new meaning in light of the hot mic controversy. Scenes where conversations felt unusually structured. Moments where emotional reactions appeared delayed or intensified. For example, Christine's kitchen conversations in later seasons. Group discussions that seemed segmented rather than organic. Repeated thematic conflicts around loyalty and respect. Individually, these moments didn't raise alarms. But collectively, they contribute to a broader question about authenticity. Reality television exists in a unique space. It is not scripted fiction. But it is also not raw, unfiltered reality. It is curated, shaped, edited, and sometimes, guided. The audience understands this, to a degree. But moments like a hot mic incident challenge that understanding. They pull back the curtain just enough to make viewers wonder what else lies behind it. The fanbase is now divided. Some believe the show remains fundamentally honest, despite production influence. Others feel misled, questioning whether key emotional arcs were exaggerated or strategically framed. YouTube commentators have framed it as the moment the narrative broke. While others argue, this is how reality TV has always worked. Both perspectives can coexist. And that tension is what keeps the conversation alive. If the perception of manipulation grows stronger, it could have lasting consequences. For the show, reduced trust in storytelling, increased scrutiny of future seasons, potential decline in viewer engagement. For the cast, re-evaluation of public personas, pressure to clarify or address controversies, shifts in audience sympathy, and for the genre itself, a renewed discussion about transparency in reality television. As of now, TLC has not issued an official response to the hot mic claims. This is not unusual. Networks often avoid addressing speculative controversies unless they reach a critical threshold. Silence, in this context, serves a purpose. It allows the conversation to unfold, without confirming or denying. In the end, the power of this moment doesn't come from what was definitively proven. It comes from what was suggested. A glimpse behind the scenes. A question mark where certainty once existed. And a reminder that in reality television, the truth is rarely as simple as it appears. I've spent weeks digging into the leaked financial records of Robyn's mansion. Would you like me to create a breakdown of exactly how much Kody owes in property taxes and if the police at the mansion was actually a foreclosure notice?